So OG has single-handedly dismantled the Basketball Wives franchise, and it's about time.
Just one of them days.
Honestly, I'm so proud of OG. The way she handled herself, obviously they forced her to come back. A lot of people are asking, why did she come back? She came back because of contractual obligations, so she had to come back. But she was so smart about the way she did it. Obviously, we all know why they forced her to come back. They forced her to come back so that, you know, Shaunie and the Evelyns and all of them, all their followers, all their minions, could paint OG in a bad light for this season. And they tried, but OG was one step, no, not one step ahead, she was like 10 steps ahead. And she was like, no, every scene that I'm in, I'm gonna voice record it. They're not gonna play me. And that's what she did. She won. Who's gonna watch Basketball Wives now? Everyone's like, oh, OG's going, I'm done. Nobody's gonna watch it. Nobody's watching it this season anyway. Who's gonna watch it next season? And apparently it's actually being renewed for another season. So I don't really know what they're gonna do, but yeah. In this episode, we have all of them just talking about OG, on and on and on. Evelyn suddenly wishes OG the best, but you can't apologize for what you've done to her. I think maybe Evelyn's lawsuit is maybe, I don't know, is it worse than she's making it out to be? Because remember in the previous episodes, I think it was maybe the second episode or the first episode, when they first went into the house, she actually said, oh, she can't be herself, blah 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 blah, because you know herself is throwing glasses, bottles, drinks, you know, jumping over the table. That's herself, that's her true self, and that's what we've seen on the show. And so she can't beef, because that's what she does. So like she says she can't be herself, and it's like, okay, maybe this lawsuit is worse than she's kind of making it out to be, because there's a lot of, you know, in court they like to go through a story, they look at past behavior. So I feel like Evelyn's past behavior is not working in her favor, and you know, it's on TV, so it's like, Evelyn, it's not looking good. Shaunie has nothing to say to OG again. I don't know why. I think maybe she's upset because OG has really dismantled her whole franchise. OG has ended her thing, like she's ended her thing. I think that's the thing, and I guess that's another motive for Shaunie to try and paint OG in a bad light, because I was kind of thinking, are you doing all of this for Evelyn? But then at the same time, OG has dismantled her whole thing. People are making petitions to end the show, you know. I think Evelyn was a favourite, so maybe, like, you know, Evelyn not being there I don't know, she thinks it will hurt the franchise. And there were petitions for her to be out, there was petitions to end the show and all of that stuff. So maybe she's really mad at OG for basically ruining her thing. But that's what you get. You really could have gone a different way with this, and it would have all been good. You really could have just apologized to OG, taken accountability, raised awareness on the show, but you decided to do the opposite. So really, you ruined your own thing. So yeah, Malaysia and Kristen, the ignorant girls, again, they're not saying anything of substance. I think you can see why they're the only two dark-skinned girls that are, you know, still there, because they did what they were told. And then at the end of the show, Jackie kicked out OG. I personally think they tried to make it look like, oh, this is so embarrassing, OG got kicked out, but I really think OG wanted this to happen. OG just wanted to leave, and also it was the last episode of the season, so you know that was planned. Yeah, it wasn't really embarrassing. OG left gracefully. She wanted to leave by the looks of it. She was like, can you tell me to, you can see in her face, she was like, Jackie, can you tell me to leave, because I really want to leave, but I obviously can't leave, but you know, but I really want to leave, so can you tell me to leave? That it looks like that's what she was saying to Jackie. So they're trying to act like they're trying to embarrass OG. It's not embarrassing, they're embarrassing. Okay, so going on to the twin, they basically embarrassed themselves because OG's recordings that she put on Instagram, they lied to producers and they said that OG brought them on to spill tea about Phoebe, but then OG's recordings baited it out that that was a lie, and they lied to producers. And so we obviously know that Shaunie probably allowed them to come on thinking, oh, these girls are going to make OG look even worse, but OG was, again, 10 steps ahead. So in OG's recording, it was very, very enlightening. Jen, the Jen part was really funny. I was laughing. Like, the way Jen was talking about herself is like, oh my gosh, Jen. The way they edit it is actually it's just so misleading. But anyway, going on to the twins, when they accused OG of trying to get them on to spill tea on Phoebe, OG called her former publicist, and then her former publicist was like, no, you guys tried to ask OG to come on so that you could spill tea on Phoebe, but OG was like, no, I don't want to be a part of it. if that makes sense. They wanted to spill tea on Phoebe. They wanted to come on to spill tea on Phoebe, and they tried to get on through OG, but OG was like, no. So how did they get on then? Shaunie, Shaunie. And so they tried to lie, but OG was like, no. She called her publicist, and then he basically told the truth. And then while OG was actually trying to speak to her publicist to get the truth out, the girls were shouting over OG so that they couldn't hear what the publicist was saying and what OG was saying. And then one of the producers came in and started shouting at Nia, and then they were basically like, if you don't shut up, then you're going to be kicked out of the house. It seemed like the producers were actually sticking up for OG. So this makes me think, we all know where the narrative has come from. Shaunie. And I'm really like, I just can't say it enough. I'm so proud of OG for thinking of that, because it just makes it so obvious that they tried to do this PR stunt for Evelyn. It was all Shaunie. It was all Shaunie. And the thing is, Shaunie gets away with too much on this show. She gets away with the narrative that she does to people. She gets away with the trash behaviour that these women do on the show. And she gets away with it because she's the executive producer. And people think, oh, because she's quiet, she's not involved. No, she doesn't try and raise awareness for anything. If somebody has been a victim or something, she just doesn't care. And I don't really know why she fought so hard for Evelyn anyway, because you know that rumor that they were talking about in the season before. I mean, who? I don't know why you're fighting so hard for Evelyn, but so after the producer shouted at Nia was Pim. And you know, I feel like those twins, I don't know, why would you do that to yourself? Because Shaunie doesn't care about anyone. She would leave you out to dry. She just brought you on for her own agenda. And even the twins themselves, they were arguing amongst themselves. At one point they even forgot where they're from. It was just a mess. Those twins just really shouldn't have come on. Like, all publicity is not good publicity. Bad publicity is not. You know that saying where it says like not all publicity is good publicity, yeah. But you know what, if OG wasn't smart enough to record the conversation, nobody would have known her side of the story. And I just think, again, OG is just clued up, yeah. I'm really glad that OG has left. The show doesn't serve her. Shaunie will continue to try and be Evelyn's PR, even though, what is the point? Like, what's the point? We all know Evelyn is violent. I do think that whoever runs the show, VH1, whatever, they need to do better, because they were colorist towards OG, featurist, texturist, and xenophobic towards her, and they didn't do anything. I know that it's all Shaunie's narrative because they're executive producers, but as a network that produces the reality shows mainly for black people, like, how can you allow that? But anyway, I'm glad that OG has left the show. I'm glad that she has moved on. It no longer serves her. She's smarter than all these people. She's, you know, she's happy. Her and her man are cute. Yeah, I hope she's happy, successful, all of them things. But yeah, that was the last episode, and I just want to say that Phoebe is not funny, and yeah, that's all I want to say about the others. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, comment, like, and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.